My name is Matteo Cassese. I help entrepreneurs turn problems into growth, and I do that as a business coach and as a keynote speaker. And this is Founder Journey, where we learn how actually becoming an entrepreneur is a journey from the inside out. And today I get to share with you the first step of the journey, the reset. So the first thing, this reset, is a chance for you to stop reacting, to start thinking, because you never take the time. You never allow time. And what happens usually is that when you need a reset, life gives you a reset. I have clients that came to me because they had a health scare. I have clients that came to me because they got fired. I even got clients that they got the brief that they needed to fire the whole team or fire half of the team, and they fired themselves. There's a lot of moments where I put myself in a certain position where I needed to shut down a business in order to go forward. So this reset is usually something you know when you need it, okay? You don't need me to tell you when you need it. But when you need it, it's so vital that the world is going to give it to you. So seriously, do you want to give it to yourself, or do you want the world to give you that sign? Because it's going to happen either way. Like for instance, for my good friend and trainer, Nico, the reset came to him in the form of his landlord doubling the rent for his gym. So that was the reset. It's like, what are we going to do? Our business model doesn't work anymore. What do we do? So it can come in many, many different forms. The idea of the reset is really to stop the reaction loop, and I'll tell you what it looks like. So either you rest or someone will reset you. So you need to rest, and you gotta close open loops, and you gotta stop this loop of reacting. Oh, there's something happening, I need to react, and stop being busy. So ideally, go on a retreat, go on a vacation, book yourself somewhere nice. Even if it's for a short time, I would suggest that most of my clients go through a 2 to 4 months reset. Okay, so there's a lot there. And if I have to think about myself, my resets are usually like half a year. I know, it's scary. Mindset coaching is scary. Performance coaching is scary. That's what we do. But a tool that's super, super helpful is do your morning journal, do whatever journaling you like, do it whatever time it works for you, as long as you do it every day, and you do it as long as you get bored, and then you continue doing it. A lot of reset is being bored, getting bored. And then you start work immediately on the mindset, because it's the one thing that really needs the reset is your mindset. And usually you have been following a playbook. It's not your playbook. You've been borrowing this playbook from the market, from somebody else, from a sort of framework. And the one thing that is blocking you is money. You're either making too much money, you're not making enough money. Your money is coming from the wrong person. Your money is coming from the wrong activity. You don't believe that you're gonna be able to make money if you go in the direction that for you is more aligned. And you believe that you've reached your potential. The market determines your potential. It's not you that determine your potential. And there aren't enough open positions for you. There isn't enough money in the world. There isn't enough opportunity. Everything is caving in on you in this phase. And so what you need to do is go from a fixed to a growth mindset, to revise your money mindset, because most of the time it's just derived maybe from your parents going through the Second World War, or from entire classes of society just being employed in some form or another, even maybe artisans, but still with a sort of form of employment for all of your life and you don't know anything else. And so that's where your money mindset comes from. And then this idea that you are splitting work and life, and that your work enables your life, or the other way around, I don't even know. They are one thing, okay? There's no work and separate from life. They're all together. Then what I do to my clients is they have to walk. So you got to start walking. So you got to start working at least 1 hour a day. And if possible, without bringing your phone. And if you want to bring your phone, don't bring your AirPod. And if you bring your AirPods and you really need to do an urgent phone call, do that, but never take a walk with a podcast or with anything or with music, etc. Just be in the environment you are in. If possible, go to an environment that is peaceful, and maybe start working with your body. So this was the kind of practical thing. Now I want to go to the archetypical things that maybe are even more useful. What does the reset look like? Now, since we are entrepreneurs, we don't get the easy path. When you start a journey, and we'll talk about the hero's journey in a second, when you start a journey, the civilian starts from the first step, like, my ordinary world. The entrepreneur doesn't start with the first step. And in terms of tarot cards, I'm inspired by this card number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune doesn't represent the beginning. It represents the end and the beginning of the next. And so it really represents a reset. It is actually the start of the second series of the Major Arcana, if you really want to get into the tarot cards. But it really is like an opportunity, a block, a pause, a dead end. It's a lot of things all at the same time. You see, there's these different creatures here that are doing different things. Are they pulling? Are they pushing? Are they blocking? We don't really get to know. So you are at a start of a journey, but it's not an easy start. And I think it's even better if we look at it through the lens of the hero's journey. Now, the hero's journey starts with the ordinary world. The hero or the heroine of our story, she is in her home, in her house, in her office, in her environment, in her forest, wherever. And she has this kind of routine. In the case of the entrepreneur, the first step of the journey is directly the road of trials. So tests, fights, trials, training, impossible odds, loss of faith. Now, I've chosen this scene. Here you can see that there's Morpheus and Neo in the Matrix together with the Smiths. So this is a simulation of the simulation. It's one of those training routines. If you think of Batman Begins from Christopher Nolan, when Christian Bale is training with the Ra's al Ghul, in the beginning of the first movie, Batman Begins, these are just, training tests. They aren't the big ordeal, they're just training tests. Or when Obi-Wan puts a helmet on Luke Skywalker and tells him, now with the helmet, use the Force to get the little target ball. So what happens to the entrepreneur is that they are subjected immediately with a test. And this test, will they actually survive this reset? Will they be able to function even if they are not, for a few moments, entrepreneurial? And like Luke here, they have to trust in something bigger than themselves in order to take the next step. This was Founder Journey. This was episode 5. In the notes below, you'll find the Journey workbook. And in the next video, we'll explore the following step of the journey. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching, leave me a comment below and tell me why you're watching. I love that. And if you're watching, continue watching one of the videos of this series or of any other of my playlists. I have many. I have a playlist full of documentary features where you can see me coaching with clients. I have talking head videos where I just explain stuff. I have videos of my talks. I have videos like this. I have different courses. So just explore the channel. I'm sure you'll find something worth watching next. Thank you so much for watching. Yep.